All right, hi guys. Since we're all quarantined, we're gonna practice yoga together on a video. And I know most of you are doing some nice and relaxing things, and that's lovely, and I'm going to do that too. And sometimes you just gotta shake it out, like move around. So we're gonna play around with breaking down Chaturanga, because it's one of my favorite things to do ever. And it's often offered in a yoga class during a vinyasa flow, and everyone's like, what the heck am I doing? So we're gonna break it down. This is Madhya. She's also a yoga teacher and a Kriya Yoga Academy graduate. So together we're gonna kind of break this down, demystify what is Chaturanga, and some ways to do it properly, to sustain your rotator cuff, to sustain your practice. And so you can do this for a really long time. So some things you might want for today: a blanket, if you want. You're going to want a strap, and the strap is going to be shoulder width distance, so it's going to come up above your elbows. So whoever is practicing the Chaturanga, you want to make sure it's about shoulder width distance. So we prepped that from Maria earlier, so have that to the side. And then you might want, if you don't have a blanket, you might have like a little knee pad, or just something to go under your knees, because when we're practicing, we don't want to have your knees hurt, because that's no fun. So, all right, traditionally when you see Chaturanga, there's a couple different things that can happen. So, do you mind coming to plank? So from plank, oftentimes when yogis are guided into Chaturanga, there's this little duck dive. Please don't hurt yourself. And so basically what happens is the person comes down and starts to fall down with their chest, and then that way she's putting a lot of weight into the fronts of her shoulders. From there, they start to come into their upward facing dog or cobra, and then you have to slide forward like that. So you see how she just shifted weight forward, and then they shift up and back to downward facing dog. Nice. All right, come on now to your knees. So what you just saw is this kind of idea of taking the shoulders, okay. So kind of taking your shoulders and dropping down, right? So we want to keep the shoulders more or less at a 90-degree angle. I say more or less because functional anatomy, it's always going to be a little bit different. So if I have Madhya drop her knees here, she's got this nice line now from her shoulders to her knees. She'll engage her abdominal, so you can imagine pulling your belly button in and up, and that's going to give you support on your low back. As she starts to pull her elbows back, I'm going to stop her a little bit before 90, and then she can press back up. So that's a nice way to start to get the feel. So it's like a nice way to start to get the feel of what that is happening. You can also have your students come back onto your shins. So if I'm working one-on-one or in a class, I might say, come on, sit onto your shins, expand your arms in front of you, and then as you exhale, pull your elbows back down by your sides. So that way the students can start to feel like, what does this feel like to press out? And then press back. So they start to get this idea of the stopping point of where their shoulders are. So again, I'm going to have Maria come to plank, drop her knees, engage her abdominal, pull her elbows back as she shifts her heart forward, and this time lower all the way down to your belly. So that little pause there gives her the feel, okay, here's my 90, now I'm going to keep lowering. Come on, back up to table. Okay, because we're going to do this a few more times, I'm going to put this under her knees, because we love your knees. All right, so using the strap, oftentimes students, because they've been doing Chaturanga for so long, where they do that duck dive, it can be tricky to get the feel of it. So if you bring the strap onto the shoulders, it's physically going to stop her when she goes down. So now as she comes down, is that tight enough for you? I think so. Okay, yeah. So now as she starts to lower down, see how the strap kind of stops her here? And so now she's got this idea of this little shelf that's helping her body start to memorize this shape. Come on back up. And so you can have students play with that a couple of times. It's going to feel a little awkward at first because you're not used to stopping there. If you're used to doing that dive down and dropping into your shoulders. But this is going to give them the muscle memory, okay, this is what it feels like to hover, and then from there, they can continue to work with the strap or ditch it. How's that feel? Good. Yeah? Nice. So what I would say with the Chaturanga is really taking the time to work the prep. So dropping to knees, trying the strap, trying the hover and lower. So then that way when you start to find the final shape, come on up to a plank. Are you okay doing knees lifted?
Yes.
Okay. So when they find the full Chaturanga, you can take the drop down. There's the hover, so now she's engaged into the up dog. Nice. And then back to the down dog. Awesome. Go ahead, come on down. That's not a big warm up.
I'm feeling pretty warm, for sure.
Good. So yeah, so little breakdown of Chaturanga, a couple things to do, a couple things to share with your students, to share with yourself. But really understanding that hover, that strength, and building that strength so that we're not dropping everything down in shoulders. And we have our shoulders for life and Chaturangas for life. Yay, if you decide to do them. So thank you for hanging out. Thanks for bearing with us as we figure all this stuff out. It's kind of fun. It's fun. So let us know what else you want to see. Let us know what else you want to do. Thank you, Maddie, for doing a bunch of Chaturanga.